Hey guys, it's Katelyn Lesk. I wanted to talk to you about a week that was really important to me back in November and to tell you some of the things that have transpired from it, just to give you a little bit more insight on my life and who I am and bring you along on this journey for me. A lot of the things I've learned in the past couple months I think are applicable to anybody that's looking for something more in their life and looking to do something great with their time here. Back in November, I had this crazy week where within 1 week on the Sunday, I led my first workshop, and that was something I've been wanting to do for a while. The workshop was based off of a lot of the things that I end up talking about in my Beachbody Challenge groups, which were a lot of things that had to do with dealing with fears and stress and self-doubt that plague us in normal everyday life. So even though I'm a health coach, I feel like a lot of my job has to do with motivation. And I think so often our motivation is numbed and dulled by the things that weigh us down, that weigh on our minds and our soul and weigh on us physically. So I view a big part of my job as helping people deal with their fears and their blocks and the stresses of their life to help them love themselves more and believe in themselves more. And that's something that's really, really important to me. So I compiled a lot of the techniques that I teach regularly, and I taught a workshop on it. And I didn't know how it was going to go or what was going to come out of it, but I was really, really happy. I felt on purpose, and I felt like I was doing something with it. And I've refined my message solely because I have the privilege of working with a lot of great people that want to learn, and we learn together, and we develop these techniques together. And we learn from each other. So it was really neat to be able to put that into practice. And I just set the date one day. It actually had to do with, we had these paper lanterns that we were going to release at the end of the night. That was actually what got me to finally sit down and plan the date for the workshop, was that I've always wanted to do a paper lantern release. And so I planned the workshop around doing that. But I had been wanting to teach on fear releasing techniques for a while. So I'll put a link below this video to the videos that go with that workshop in case you're interested. But it was just a significant step. I'm sure you can relate to things that you've wanted to do that maybe you feel like make you feel on purpose or make you feel like you're connecting to something that you're really passionate about. I believe we all have something that we're passionate about or that we have specialized knowledge in, and it's to our benefit to share that with the world and to everybody else's benefit. And at some level, I feel like we all have a gift, and we're being selfish in a way by not sharing that with the world, because that's how we all learn and grow. And it's just been neat to see. I feel like the energy is shifting a lot, where we have such a cooperative world of activism. And I feel like that's a lot of the people I'm around really want to change things and want to make the world a better place, but not in a competitive way. It's a cooperative way, which I love. So if there's been anything on your heart that you really want to put out into the world, I encourage you to let go of any perfectionism and just do it. Honestly, I'm not sure if I would have done it if it hadn't been for my obsession with wanting to do the paper lantern thing. But it was the impetus that made me finally sit down and do it. So I was really happy with that. Later that week, midweek, I went to a small group business mastermind group. This small group was connected to these monthly leadership meetings that I attend that my friend Doug Smith put together. It's a group called L3 Leadership. And it's monthly breakfasts where he brings in local leaders from around Pittsburgh to speak on their business techniques and their successes and failures on the path to get to where they are today. And it's a really, really amazing, impactful breakfast every month that I've really been enjoying these speeches. So I knew that the small group would provide value, but I honestly just didn't think I had the time to meet every other week with this small group. My friend Meredith convinced me to give it a try. We thought we would just go and be flies on the wall and decide if this was something we wanted to commit to. But I knew right away walking in that these were people and an organization that I wanted to make time for no matter what. It's a group of incredibly uplifting people that have a lot to offer. It's very diverse backgrounds and specialties, but we all have the mindset of wanting to improve ourselves and others. So if you're watching this, I can almost guarantee you're somebody that's like that as well, where you want to make yourself better and you want to constantly seek improvement and you want to find out those things that you're not good at and make yourself better. And you want to capitalize on your strengths and make those better. I think it's so critical to have a group of people around you that can help you do that. And I think it's great to have multiple groups. So within Beachbody, which is the company I do the coaching for, we have a whole amazing network of supportive coaches that I can constantly brainstorm with, and they help me grow. And we share personal development books and YouTube videos and motivational talks and things like that. And I've grown so much as a person because of that. But I also think it's really valuable to have people outside of what you do as your primary job to bounce ideas around. People that aren't biased by the normal stream of ideas we get through Beachbody, but have their own unique spin that they can bring to business development and personal development. I love that. So I knew right away that this is going to be an amazing group and something I wanted to make time for. So my message to you is, if you're somebody like that, really seek those out. Those groups are out there. And I don't think I realized until going to that group how much I was missing in my life feeling guided. I feel like as a coach, it's just natural in my role that I do a lot of guiding, but it's been a while since I felt like I really had people with so much value to offer me that could guide me. So I suggest to seek out a mentor or a group like that that can help you get even farther than what you can envision for yourself. That's really been key. But anyways, I knew that night that was something that was going to be really impactful. And on that same night, I also met a guy who was starting a Toastmasters organization, which is a public speaking and leadership group, and based around communication and improving your communication skills. And I knew about Toastmasters a long time ago. It's an international organization, and I had been wanting to join, but I just never felt connected to any one chapter over the other. So here was somebody that I knew, I trusted, and I just dove right in. The meeting was the very next day. And again, after saying that I have no time to do anything, or I have a lot on my plate, as we all do, I knew this was something worth making time for. And the people I've met through this group, same thing. It's just been an incredible, diverse group of people that are really supportive. It's a lot of different backgrounds, but I feel like in the 4 months I've been going, we're already learning so much from each other. We're growing as communicators and leaders and just as people, which has been amazing. So this entire week, that was the week back in November, and it was so impactful. I didn't know what was going to come out of it. I didn't know where my workshop was going to go. I wasn't charging for it. I didn't know if I wanted to do other workshops after it. I just wanted to try. I felt like I had messages that I teach over and over again with my challenge groups, and I just wanted to deliver it in a fashion that could get it to other people that needed it that maybe aren't in my challenge groups. So I made that available. It's on YouTube. It's on my blog. And that to me felt really important. And then going to these other groups and meeting a lot of new people in my life that I felt like could take me to a new level of my own success and my own development, my own self-awareness, and all kinds of things like that. I just knew this week was some kind of turning point. It was some sort of big week of my life. And I still don't know what all is going to come out of it. But I can tell you that since then, it's February now, end of February, and this was in November. I can tell you that since then, so much has come out of diving into these things. So don't be afraid to dive in, even if you're not sure where it's going. When you feel that pull, dive in. It's something significant, I can promise you. And since then, the groups I've been attending, this small group business mastermind group and this Toastmasters organization, I learned something big every single week I go. It's incredible. I feel like I change so fast as a person when I'm around people like this and learning new things like this. So we had our meeting 2 nights ago for this small group, and I literally came home and I was up so late because I was already trying to implement a lot of the things that I had learned that night. I just felt energized. I felt excited. I wanted to put more out. I wanted to just soak up more information and to put that out into the world in the way that's unique to me. So I encourage you that when you feel pulls towards these things, don't doubt that. Allow yourself to just dive in and see what comes out of it, because at the very least, it will be a learning experience. I always look at life as though nothing is inherently good or bad, and there's no such thing as time wasted, because even when we learn what we don't want, it clarifies what we do want. So follow your heart, follow those things that seem really significant to you. And as for me in my life and what I experienced in November, I will certainly keep you guys updated on anything that comes out of it. And I hope that from my journey, I can inspire you to do the same. And I'd love to hear from you, because people like that and that are doing those kind of things and plunging in inspire me. So I think as a whole, as a humankind, we collectively evolve as we take these kind of chances and as we dive in head first. So I'd love to hear in the comments below or contact me in some way to let me know what you've been experiencing that has been pushing you forward and shooting you to new levels and improving your life as a whole. Because I think the more we share this kind of information, the more we inspire each other to do more. And then as a collective conscious, we can kind of raise everybody up, which I think is our point of being here. So I hope that helps. I hope that inspires you in some way to take the plunge on things that maybe you've been thinking about, whether it's something like a workshop or putting an ebook out or just starting a blog or just making a really significant Facebook post about your story. I know you have a unique story and that's worth sharing with the world. We need more people that are willing to be authentic with their story and share their message and take the good and the bad in their life and the ugly and the mistakes and the failures and the successes, and all of that is all stuff we can all learn from. So being open with that and being willing to share, I think, is really important. So if you're watching to the end of this, I can almost guarantee that you're somebody that does that or has an inclination towards that. So do more of that. The world needs more people that are not afraid to authentically be themselves. So good luck with all that, guys. Keep doing good things in the world.